Hi guys, welcome to YY Sports. I am really excited to be sharing with you the Champions League predictions for today and tomorrow. So as you can see, you can be seeing how Group A has been pairing with Bayern leading with 13 points, Copenhagen leading with 5, Galatasaray with 5 points, and with Manchester United bottom of the table with 4 points. And it's going to be a really tough game. As you can see, as we go to Group B, you can see like Arsenal top their group and they've already qualified. With also PSG who have really qualified. As we can see with Lens and Sevilla, it's going to be a tough game because Sevilla also needs a win to qualify, while Lens just needs a draw to qualify. It's also a tough group for the Europa League battle. As we can see to Group C, Real Madrid have really qualified and they've topped their group. As for Napoli, who has 7 points, will be competing with Braga for a Champions League spot. So it's going to be also a hard game. So Napoli just needs a draw to seal this. As for Union Berlin, there is no hope for them as they'll just be playing. So as we go through Group D we see Real Sociedad with 11 points, Inter Milan with 11 points. So there's going to be a real fight for the top of the group. So it's going to be a good one. So as we move to Salzburg and Benfica, as we can see, maybe they'll be trying to battle for the Europa League there, but anyway, I think Salzburg is going to go through. So if we go to Group E, as we can tell, Atletico de Madrid with 11 points, Lazio with 10, Feyenoord with 6. As we can see, there is not much about this group as Madrid as as Madrid and Lazio will be battling for the what for the top of the group. As for Feyenoord, it has really been sealed for the Europa League spots. So as we go to Group F, is also a tough one. Group, of course, people call it the group of death. We can see Dortmund with 10 points, Paris Saint-Germain with 7 points, Newcastle with 5 points, and Milan with 5 points. So it's going to be a hard one also there. So it's going to be a very big battle. So PSG just needs a draw to seal it to the Champions League spots, while Newcastle needs to beat AC Milan to go through, while Dortmund has to beat Paris Germain for Newcastle to go through. So it's going to be a hard one there, a real fight. So as we go to Group F, nothing to talk about in Group F as we see Man City sealing the group with Leipzig also qualifying. So Young Boys seals their spot for the Europa League. So nothing for the Provena. So as we go to Group H, we can see Barcelona topping the group with 12 points. FC Porto with 9, Shakhtar Donetsk with 9. So it's going to be a fight between Shakhtar and FC Porto for the spot for the Champions League. So it's going to be a hard game. So those are the games. Those are the group. Those are the group for each and every Champions League. So as now I'll be taking you to the prediction of each and every game. So for now I will be starting with the first two games for today. That is Lens and Sevilla. So I know Sevilla has been really going through a lot, and Lens has been so good at home, and because their home is also a good advantage to them. And I think there's going to be a really strong game and a really fight for these games. So as you can see here, as you can see how Lens has been pairing their home games, they've been winning their games. As for Sevilla, it has been really a bad one for them. But as you can see, so it's also going to be a good one. So to me, I think Lens will show a good fight here more to Sevilla. So it's going to be a good one. So another game also in another early kickoff for tonight Champions League games, we see Arsenal pairing with Sevilla, pairing with PSV. So it's also going to be another game. So since Arsenal has stopped the group and PSG needs to challenge because they are playing at home, is going to be also a really really tough game. So if you are going to give a game like this, I would I would recommend you to give a Lens win, which is 1x, or over 1.5, both 2 goals to be scored there. As for PSG and Arsenal, it's going to be a tight game. I would go with a 2-2 draw because it's going to be a really tight game. So as we move to another game, so I'll be going with a 2 goals leads. If you're really sure about, then for Arsenal, I'll be going with the over point for 2-5 because I believe it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a draw to my side because I see us Arsenal will be bringing in young kids to be showing their talent. So it's going to be also a good game. Then for Manchester United versus Bayern is going to be a crazy game. As people believe Bayern is going to win, but Manchester also is going to show a good fight. So it's going to be a hard game. But I'll be going with Bayern Munich because they have a bigger hand to Manchester United. So I'll be giving Bayern Munich to win this game. So for Copenhagen versus Galatasaray is also going to be a very tight game as we can see how Galatasaray is strong and also how Copenhagen is strong, though they have been performing so poorly. Galatasaray has been so good. So it's going to be a very challenging game, but Copenhagen has been good, but I'll be going for Galatasaray to go through because the way they have been performing their game. So for Napoli versus Braga, it's going to be it's not going to be that too tight because I see like Napoli is going to give a go on as they will also fight to go through. For Union Berlin versus Real Madrid, I see many people seeing Real Madrid as the big guys here, so I'll be going for Real Madrid though they've qualified. So I would love to defend them because they'll be avoiding a defeat. So with Inter Milan with Real Sociedad is going to be a big game because they'll be struggling for the Champions League. So other people will go for Inter because they are home. So I would love to defend Inter Milan because it will be a good one. So for Salzburg at Benfica, both of them love scoring goals. That's why I would go for over 2.5 because all of them love scoring goals. You can also give goal. Both of them will score, but mostly other people will defend Salzburg because they have the upper hand because they are home. Though Benfica is also strong. So for Man City versus Crvena, so I see here City winning this game, though they have qualified for the Champions League. Leipzig and Young Boys, they have nothing to fight for. So my prediction here, I would give a over of 2.5, or you can give a Leipzig win. Then for Dortmund versus Paris Saint-Germain, this is also a hard one game, where the other people giving Paris to win, but as Dortmund is home, I see Dortmund winning this game. So I would love to defend Dortmund because I believe Dortmund will win this game. Then for Newcastle versus AC Milan, this is a really good game. But as I can see I see Newcastle beating AC Milan. So I give a Newcastle a win. I can also give them a 2 goals. 2 goals. Newcastle winning by 2 goals to nil. You can also give that. Then for Atletico de Madrid versus Lazio, this is a hard game because I see this game as being played like can be a under game, can be a over game, but since Atletico is home, I may give them like a 1-0 win. Then Celtic versus Feyenoord, this is a good game. This is a over game because Celtic will be playing to win their first game at home, which is going to be interesting. So I give them a over of 2.5 win. Then FC Porto versus Shakhtar Donetsk. That's a good game. Porto being on form, Shakhtar also being on form. It's going to be a real fight. But I see Porto having a good hand because they are home. Shakhtar also has a good hand, but they will also score a goal. So I give them Yes, all of them will score a goal, but I'll give them a 2.5 because all of them will score a lot of goals. So with Barcelona versus Aswad for Belgium is also a good game. So Barcelona then qualified, so it's not going to be a real. I will give them a 2 goals because they might win 2-0, 2-0. So that's my prediction. So as for now, here here is my predictions for the Champions League games. So here I may say Lens might win 2-1. I can say Arsenal versus PSV. I can give a 2-2 draw, or you can defend Arsenal. Man United versus Bayern. I give a 1-2 win for Bayern Munich. Capo Argent versus Galatasaray. I give it's going to be a really strong game, but I will give a 2-1 win for Galatasaray. Napoli versus Braga. It's also going to be a good game, but I'm giving a 2-1 win to Napoli. Union Berlin versus Real Madrid. I would give a 2-0 win to Real Madrid. Inter Milan versus Real Sociedad. I would give a 2-1 win to Inter Milan. Salzburg versus Benfica is also a tight one. I would also give a 2-1 win to Salzburg. Crvena versus Man City. I would give a 3-0 win to Man City. Leipzig versus Young Boys. I would give a 2-1 win to Leipzig. Dortmund versus PSG is really hard game. I would go with a 2-1 win to Dortmund. Newcastle versus AC Milan. This is going to be a real fight for the qualification for the Champions League, but I see Newcastle scoring 3 goals to 1. Inter Atletico de Madrid versus Lazio. I see Atletico winning by 1-0. Celtic versus Feyenoord. I see it's going to be a 2-2 draw to me. That's why I give over. FC Porto versus Shakhtar Donetsk. It's going to be a tight one. I give a 2-1 win to Porto. Then for Barcelona, I give Barcelona a 2-0 win over Aswad. So these are my predictions for the Champions League. So I would love you to select it wisely because these are my opinion. So thank you so much for watching me, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So thank you so much.